Good morning, Soldier Boy here, and welcome back to RoadCraft for what is live stream number 21 as we continue our journey in the game. Good morning, I hope your week is going well. We're back today, 3.5 hours, as we continue on in RoadCraft. Now, Sunday we had an unplanned stream and we managed to finish the Sandswept map. So that is finally done. We've left the sandy dunes of Sandswept. And we had a vote last night to which map we go to next. There was a choice of two, and you guys have voted for Deluge. So that is the map we'll start today. I'm guessing, by the name, water is going to be present. It's kind of an obvious one, I would guess. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Water's going to be present, and we'll figure things out from there. Hopefully, it doesn't go too badly. I'm a little bit wary. And some of the maps, so far, the maps have been amazing. And there's always lots to do. And it varies so much, the conditions. Sunkern was our worst map so far. Just in terms of how long it took, but also how tricky it was to do some of the different journeys and things. Obviously, we ended up pushing some of our vehicles and things to get them to actually complete some of the journeys. So I'm just checking sound. So because of that, to me, that made it really tricky. Whereas in a lot of the maps like Sandswept, we haven't had to do that. We managed to do everything quite naturally compared to having to push a vehicle to complete a mission. And I'd rather not have to push a vehicle. But it's one of those things. Sunkern, there were ways around it. We could have built a road. There's loads of things we could have done instead. But it was all time consuming. So that one kind of frustrated me the most. So we're interested to see if Deluge is the same or similar in a way, and just see how we get on. Hopefully, okay. There was a comment yesterday by Stu the Gamer, who has been around the channel quite a while. He was saying he picked Deluge to break up the sandy maps. I didn't realise the other map, Sojourn, was a sand map, to be fair. But Deluge took him the longest to complete, mainly because he needed decent roads. So we may get a lot of road building in Deluge, potentially. Let me just listen to my little boy. Not that he actually said what he was meant to say. He was meant to say at school, but he didn't really say it. So we're around 69 hours in. It doesn't give you an example. We've got loads of money to spend on upgraded vehicles, so we can do that when we need new vehicles. Lots of money to spend, which is good. Let's continue. Let's pick this new map. So you guys, as I say, voted for Deluge as a new map. We finished Sandswept in the last stream, 100%, 13 of 13 side, 30 of 30 main missions. And the choice between Sojourn and Deluge, and you guys picked Deluge. As I say, not looked at this before, so we don't really know what this is about. After a continuous season of bad weather, the water level in the local river has risen. Unfortunately, the aging upstream dam, already weakened by recent seismic activity, collapsed, causing the reservoir to drain, and you've been tasked with restoring its spillway before it gets any worse. Okay. That's not quite what I was expecting, to be fair. So yes, it is water-based, as we kind of guessed it would be. Deluge water kind of goes together. But actually, it's because of a dam and a reservoir that's drained. Okay, this could be interesting. Mark, good morning. How are you? Hope you're well. This map was not nice. Same with Colonel. Colonel? Do you mean Sunkern? Oh, Colonel. No, Colonel's the final map. Oh, I don't know anything about the final map yet. See, my worst map so far has been Sunkern. So it depends. I wonder how this is going to compare to Sunkern then. Last map. No, so I didn't actually. I've not heard that map before. It's because it's the last one. But yeah, Sunkern has been the worst map for me so far. So it'd be interesting to see how this one compares. But let's get into it. We have got better vehicles now since Sunkern, to be fair. Right, we've got to pick our starting vehicle. To be fair, we used the Malamute after we gained it, and we used that on the last map. So let's use our Carolean as we gained that on the last map and use it on this map. Sunken, Deluge, and Colonel. Oh, really? Oh, wow. Okay. That could be interesting then. But we'll use the Cavalier with its tracks and just see how we get on. Obviously, we'll end up using all our scout vehicles eventually on every map. We always do. There's always something somewhere else where it's easier to send a scout vehicle to have a look at. But let's see how we get on. There's still new vehicles we haven't unlocked yet as well. So we still, hopefully we'll get some new vehicles. Plus we do some upgrades as well for DLC and something. So 100 hours, wow. All solo, yeah. So we're completely 100% solo as well. We're around 69 hours now with 3 maps to go. Eastern Europe, autumn time. Oh wow, it's raining as well. A season of harsh weather caused the local rivers overflow, damaging the old dam and multiple vital facilities. The company is known to be reliable, so it was called in to provide all necessary support. Wow, that's underwater. Okay, this could be interesting, especially after how we got on with Sunkern. Wow. But yeah, 100 hours, that's kind of what I'm expecting solo myself, to be fair.
Lots of folks are flooded out of here. We have our work cut out for us, that's for sure. Since you'll need your base of operations up and running, I recommend checking out the machine yard. From there, you can drive up to Sandwing, the settlement next door. I'm sure you'll find a good spot. Oh, and that cool Lynx scout vehicle we prepared for you? Well, it's somewhere. You can laugh.
So there's a new scout vehicle around somewhere as well then? You drowned so many times, wow. So there's a new scout vehicle somewhere on the map. Kelly reckons it's in the Eastern Highlands somewhere. And this is the map so far. So we've got scout there and establish a base, which is over here. Locate the Lynx, which is a scout vehicle up here. Obviously, we'll go for the starting a base first and foremost, and then we'll go and find the Lynx afterwards, I think. Right, I'm guessing we follow the main road, I would be my guess. TUZ is so OP, is it really? Why do I keep pressing? It's because we're doing Death Stranding as well as this alongside each other. I keep pressing. So for Death Stranding, the map is the options button on the PS5, and in this, the map is the touchpad. And in Death Stranding, I keep pressing the touchpad for the map instead of options, and I'm doing the complete opposite in terms of this. So we gained the TUZ in Sandswept, and I thought it was really good in that, to be fair. I think so far though my favourite scout vehicle has been the rescue vehicle. That's just been brilliant. Scout you unlock in this map is so broke, even the rescue. Oh really? Okay, that's interesting. We get a little bit stuck on the mud here. Obviously tracks, I do find tracks to be better in most conditions than wheels anyway, to be fair, although this one is turning is so sharp. Right, with some tyres there that can be sold. And some bits that here, so that's a sand quarry there. And there's some bits there that can be recycled. I don't think we've yet to sell a single thing in the shop. I know you can obviously buy materials and stuff in the shop, and you can sell things, and I don't believe we've yet to sell a single thing the whole time so far. I suppose in some ways that's the replayability and some of the maps to go back and do these things. Whoa, that was a drop I wasn't expecting. Did not expect that drop there, to be fair. That caught me out. May have gone a little bit wrong here. Let's have a look. Wow, yeah, I did not expect that. That's a big hole in the road. So that's bridge territory, right there. Right, we need to be heading west, and this whole thing looks nasty. To be fair, I suppose there was an opening there we could have used, but it didn't look like a track, did it? Let's see if we can get down the edge of this. Let's say we want to be heading west. Rachel Kerner is boggy, mud everywhere. Really, wow. On one map for sell 50 items. Oh, is there a trophy for sell 50 items or something, is there? So we don't look at trophies until we finish the story. Not that I mind being told them. Um, but yeah, I don't know what it is. I just don't sell things. I don't sell things in most games. I kind of hoard everything, to be fair, until we do trophies, and then do it because of that. Tree cutter, yeah, definitely looks to be a lot of trees here. So yeah, tree cutter's definitely the way to go. Maybe a stump grinder as well in some places. It's just, this is not going to be fun, I don't think, for a little while. I think there's going to be a lot of prep needed in a lot of areas, it seems. Right, I think we can see the outline of the base, but I don't know if I can get there from here, because I can't get up that slope. That goes down to the water there, doesn't it? You want to 100% the game, you need 2 more. And last one comes with the completion of the rest. Oh, really? Wow. Yeah, we decide on platinum and 100% completion kind of at the end is when we normally decide. Because I finish the game, then we look at trophies. Obviously, if we achieve a trophy, we look at what it was. But yeah, generally we wait till after, and then we decide what we're doing. I think we want to try and get down here. I don't know if it's going to be dodgy, but to get to where we're going, I kind of need to get down from where we are. This whole area just is going to need a lot of bridges, just to make the roads okay to use. I may have got ourselves stuck actually. Is there anything I can winch to? Pull myself out? Give me the tree. There we go. Right, I think we try and head down. I'm hoping we don't, obviously, submerge ourselves too much. I don't know if this is doable. We'll find out in a second. I complete a map and go back for secrets toys. See, we haven't really looked for toys and stuff, to be fair. Crime Simulator, really. I've seen that, to be fair. It does look pretty good. I play my personal games are kind of like Steam oriented. We don't necessarily stream them. I don't know how deep that's going to be. Is that going to be too deep for us to skirt along? Up, 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 up. Whoa, just about managed that. That was dodgy, but we managed it. Okay. Oh wow, we've got it. It's actually across the river. Is actually where we're going. Okay, well hopefully we can follow this road round now. But it's across that water is where we're heading, by the looks of things. It's hard solo. Best get a life jacket, absolutely. The road goes up here. Yeah, the shallow bit seems to be doable. I try and stick to the roads a little bit to start with, just so you unlock more of the map, to be fair. Yeah, we can drive the shallow bit. I don't know if... I suppose we potentially get across there. Yeah, that does look like you can potentially get across just there, doesn't it? If you stick to that kind of area where you can see the mud, I suspect that's doable. That's where you cut across, yeah. Well, we'll follow the road first, and if obviously we can't find a way across this way, we'll go back and cut across. It may be that's the only way across, I don't know. But at least we're opening some of the map up at the same time. Currently, it's not looking like there's... I don't think there's actually another way across. If we have a look up here, I don't think there's another way across. There's no bridge. There's a whole... yeah. Unless there's a big amount... no, that's the bottom of the map. Yeah, we need to cross the river. So that's the only way across currently, it would seem. Okay, well at least we now know that's the only way across currently. And at least we've opened up more of the map at least. I do enjoy opening up the map for the first time and seeing all the new elements that are going to test us, to be fair. Okay. And the rain's starting again. So what we need to do is get to that shallow area where we saw on the map and go across there then. Well, that's the bottom of the map there, as we just saw. Is this the shallow area? It is the shallow area here. Right, okay. This needs judging pretty well, I think. My big habit is forgetting to put the handbrake on when we stop and look at the map. That's generally my big issue. Okay, I think we need to cross further right, to be fair. So go this way. Yeah, to be fair, I always forget to use the markers and things. It's one of those things I just forget to use. You can see actually where some of these points are with the terrain scanner. But yeah, I should use markers more. Don't go too far to the left, otherwise we're going to get in trouble. Are we heading left here? I know I should use markers. Right, we're going to go left here. Okay. Right, there's a bit there. I don't know if I can head straight across to it. Left, right, left, right. We need to go right here, and it's kind of like a circular kind of area. I think the Malamutes might have been good for this, just because it's higher, because it's bigger wheels. That might have been better for that crossing, to be fair. Although this is deep mud as well. It's where the tracks really do their own thing. Okay, I suppose we follow this road up there by the looks of things. But wow, I can see already how troublesome this map could be. I can see a lot of our vehicles getting stuck. Quite a bit. You've had stuck on the wall for a good 4 minutes. Oh really? Oh wow. That's the Lynx, isn't it?
Here it is. And it just needs some dust brushed off. I can hardly believe my eyes.
Okay, so we've made it just about to where we can set up a base. Nice little wheelbarrow there. Okay. Scout the area. Oh, okay, we're going to scout up here by the looks of things. So steel beams is here, machine yard is here. Looks like it's got power, which is a bonus. But it wants us to go further up here to scout the area still. Not far from you, oh, you need a bridge. It's also very strange. Very good. Okay. Strange and good in the same sentence. It's always interesting when that's said. Right, what are we scouting? There's a bridge there that's going to need doing. Do you want me to scout that now? And I can already see a bridge is needed. Okay. How are we scouting there without a bridge, I wonder? Today's the bridge that's needed to get across to that. Which means is there another way across? Or the bridge itself. It may give us the option to do the bridge miner. Although I don't fancy getting vehicles over here just yet. That's not a bridge. That's a floating bridge. Is it not? Why does that look like... maybe not. It doesn't look like it's attached. Oh, I can see on the right hand side, like you say. Yeah, you can get across on the right hand side, can't you? It looks like that bit floats though. It doesn't, but it looks like it does. But yeah, I see what you mean, right, the right hand side. Well, that's a bridge we're going to need to do pretty early, I think. There's going to be lots of bridges by the looks of things, lots of roads. Yeah, definitely going to need a bridge there sooner rather than later. Okay, this wants us to go round in a circular kind of fashion. That should actually reach to where we're going looking at that road. So we'll follow the road then. Oh yeah, tree cutting bridges makes it so much easier. Especially when there's so many trees around like there are here. Yeah, so many trees. It'll make life really quick and simple. I used to always only do concrete for ages, but then it's only because we didn't have the wooden bridges early, because we didn't do that. The map where you get the wood cutter, we didn't do that map until quite late compared to other people that I've spoken to. So we didn't get wooden bridges for a while, and we just used concrete bridges the whole time, which takes a lot of resources. Okay, gonna try and get through there. We are here. Clear the area of objects. Okay, so this is what the construction depot where we can sell things. And now it wants us to clear the countryside base. We've got a pumping station here, reservoir. The transformer station needs power. We've got another sand quarry over here, drainage over here, sand pit that will need activating. Another sand pit here that needs activating as well. So the countryside base we need to clear out there. We can sell stuff here by the looks of things. The only issue with doing this first and foremost, I can't get any other vehicles in, can I, to help? Because I can actually get vehicles in from here, but to do so, I think it'd be to get them all the way across here would be a pain. So we'll see what we can move. Obviously, we've got the winch. To be fair, even if I'm doing routes and bridges. Oh yeah, that makes the most sense. Buy fuel for your scout. You drove your dozer across, did you? Yeah. See, I very rarely use fuel. That's one thing I very rarely use. And as I say, we've still not sold anything yet. But I assume we will at some point. Okay, well, hopefully we can get there. We have got the winch, so we can pull things out of the way. Let's have a look what needs moving for a start. Pothole there. This thing has some speed. Once you get going, the Carolean has a decent amount of speed. Right, we need to open the doors for the first and foremost. They don't open outwards then, they open inwards. Wow, okay, there's quite a lot of stuff that needs moving. You only use the fuel with the Scout, so you get trucks and stuff. Yeah, see, I very rarely use it, to be honest. We used it a bit on Sandswept, just to speed things up, but generally I don't use it. There's a lot of stuff to get out of here, isn't there? Okay. Obviously the cars and stuff we can drag out. But there is a lot of stuff to move out of here. And the downside to that, it would be a lot easier with a different vehicle. Bigger Scout is ace because you can build bridges with it because it stores materials. You want about, when you say bigger Scout, do you mean... hang on. When you say bigger Scout, do you mean the mobile base essentially, don't you? LEV 20. Which one's that? Obviously, that's the one that you can call vehicle. That's the one you can call vehicles to, right? I didn't know that's what you was calling a Scout vehicle. That's all. I call it the mobile base. That's why. But yeah. Right. What do we want to do here? Obviously, we can drag things out if you wanted to, and we can push things. There's a hole over here. What's in the hole? Footings. I look for things. We could do a different vehicle over here, really, rather than Scout. Scout for you. Yeah, no. See, normally a crane would do us here, but we can't. We need to get a crane across. We need bridges first and foremost. I wonder, because even this bit's a nightmare, isn't it, to traverse? I'm just thinking, do we start out and build bridges immediately here? Was that a road? I think that's a road there. Do you have the dozer from... I haven't been to Sojourn yet. Sojourn is the other one we need to do before the final one. I'm just thinking, maybe we do bridges now. Because we can get a couple of bridges, then we can get vehicles across. Like a crane, is my thinking. Yeah, I was front loader. Normally I just use a crane. I just find it easier using a crane, to be fair. But I think what we could do is build some bridges now. What I need to do is check if this route here is usable. If that's usable to here, build a bridge across here. And then this bit's easy enough to skirt round. Yeah, well, I'm thinking bridge here is my thinking. Because then whatever we drive straight there. Right, let's send out... Where's the Malamute? Okay, what we're going to quickly do, we're going to send the Malamute out. I want to double check if the route is usable. If it is, we'll send the tree cutter to build the bridge. Then we'll get the crane across. That's my thinking. So we want to be going left. Where do we want to be going? It's there, isn't it? We want to see if that's easy enough traversal. We do need to go north and get the Lynx as well at some point. But yeah, I just want to double check. If we can get the tree cutter through here, we'll build the first bridge and then we'll get to where we're going with the crane. Because I just find the crane easier to use when you're clearing stuff out. But yeah, I think the tree cutter will navigate this pretty well. It's his next bit. I don't really want to be trying to take the tree cutter through all that bit we had trouble with. It's this bit here I just want to double check. Okay, that's what I was concerned about. That's a swamp. See, I wondered if this was another path, but actually that's a swamp. In theory, we need a bridge there for the tree cutter. Just to get us to there. Right, I think what we do, I'm thinking tree cutter, small bridge. I mean, another small bridge there. How many small bridges are we going to need? That's the question. You're thinking sand it. That's not a bad shout, actually. Quarry's there. Sand's not a bad shout. I think bridge the first one, and then potentially sand some of these holes. Well, this one's already unlocked. So if that one's already unlocked, let's go. We want the not the MTK. We want our other one, which is the crayfish. I do love this one. This one is incredible. The crayfish is an incredible vehicle. Right, so the plan is we're going to go and make a small bridge, and then potentially, yeah, sand's not a bad shout. Vision Unlocked, good morning, how are you? It looks sexy. I just like the way this works. Like the farm sim one. I suppose tracks would make it more efficient. Although we've not really had any issue with it on uneven ground and stuff so far. Although this map could test it. And we may then wish for tracks, potentially. We shall see. It's not let us down so far, but I don't think it's faced anything like these conditions before. Good, glad you're okay. No, the thick mud could test us massively. It's managing okay though. It's got 8 wheels, it should manage. I hope. But yeah, I was a little bit uncertain if the swampy area was drivable, and actually I don't think it would be. I didn't think I'd be building a bridge straight away though, to be fair. Okay. So, let's do our first bridge. Metal bridge, that's a new one. We've not had metal bridges before. That is a new one. I do prefer the wide bridges, to be fair. And all we've got to do is get across. And then decide where we're going from there. So that to there should be fine. 2 logs. Happy days. And we can get the logs there quick and easy. Oh, absolutely, we've got one to fix the roads. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, this tree's a little bit heavy by the looks of things. So this should drop it down in the right place. It will go to the right. One log. Can I get that to go green? It's not going to go green on me, is it? Sometimes I find you have to put this back in its start position before you get any of them that go green. There we go. But yeah, thank you for the like, it was much appreciated. As I say, I didn't think we'd be building bridges this quickly. Go a little bit closer. That should be the bridge complete. There we go. First bridge done. Now, let's have a look. Do we think they're shallow enough to put... Whoa! I think there's a problem with my bridge. No! I didn't put the handbrake on, admittedly. There's a problem with my bridge. I don't understand how that happened. Okay. That wasn't what was meant to happen. Should have sanded it. I thought that was too deep to sand, so I thought that bridge would be better. Okay. There was a big problem with our bridge. Yeah, why did that do that? I can delete bridge, to be fair. Okay. Let's try that again, shall we? I don't quite understand why they did that. In line. Well, it can't start there. It's kind of going to one side. I hate... The only thing I find difficult with these is getting them to line up where I want them to line up. Right, bridge is built with the logs with that. Is that going to be high again? It is, isn't it? So even though I do it in line, it's still high. Yeah, we have to make it longer, aren't we? That's weird. Maybe it is because it's only two. That we're going to lose the logs. No, the logs will stay. Do we want flat ends or in line? Well, we're trying to go, to be fair. Okay, won't let us go that far. We could get the bridge to there, potentially. And that will be... And then they'll need some sand at the end of it. I may be able to get this back across. I say may, otherwise I've got to put it back. No, we're not going to get back across. I wonder if we could go up, but I don't think it's going to happen. Right, we're going to need to bring this back to the garage. And then go back again. That's annoying. But these things happen. So we've made it longer so it actually works this time. We will need sand afterwards though, I think. For that bit of road. I want to start to a map though. Not even setting up a base first and foremost, because we've got to get there. And metal bridges, that's a new one. We haven't had metal bridges before. It'll be interesting to build our first metal bridge. But yeah, we'll do this first one. And then there is a hole just after it which we'll sand. And then we'll go from there and see what we need. I can see though, even this you could probably make this a road to make this better. I know we're managing it now, but other vehicles may not. And the more it's traversed, the worse it's going to get. So eventually we might have to make some of this a road. As I say, Stu the Gamer, who took part in the vote last night for which map to do today, when we were choosing a new map, he would said this map for him was one of the worst he did, mainly because he had to make so many roads so he could actually get to places. Right, we need trees. There's one right here. But yeah, that's the first time I've experienced a bridge having a big gap. Let's say that. That is definitely a first. Actually put the handbrake on would be helpful. We've definitely got lots of trees. Starting off when you got a few roads is not bad, but we'll definitely... Oh, absolutely. Sand quarries I think are going to be important. But yeah, there's lots of trees around, luckily. Okay. This is tree number 4. I think we need one more after this. And then we'll get our dumper over. One more. There's one to our left here. I don't understand why sometimes it won't go green, although we could easily do the actual cutting. I wonder if it's because it was too extended, maybe. There we go. Okay, that should be the tree that finishes it off. But yeah, very different start to what we've done previously in terms of having to build bridges first and foremost. Right, we'll stop there. Okay, we're going to head back to the tunnel base garage. We're going to go for our our big dumper first and foremost. Yeah, that one, isn't it? Is that the big one, the bay cow? Yeah. The heavy dump truck. The only thing with this, it loses sand every time you move. And obviously its turning circle isn't amazing. But just in case we're too far away from the quarry, this is an ideal one to have. You hate that truck. It's frustrating when you get stuff falling out of it all the time. Obviously, it has its job of being a mobile quarry. But yeah, it does lose sand a lot. Come on. Although it's the first truck is the best one, what's the smaller one? There is something in the shop that someone said to me to do with sand, but I've not looked at it yet. It's a massive great thing. At least this road is going to be okay, because we're putting sand on it. Bottega. Yeah, someone said to me, and I've not even tested it. If we go here, where is it? There's a vehicle that I've got no clue what it does. We won't touch DLC stuff yet anyway. Not until DLC comes out. Where is it? The mobile scalper. What does that do? It says quarry, but I don't know what that does. The mobile scalper. I've got no clue what this thing does whatsoever. Parking on the sand and it gives you a... Oh, does it? But you have to be on sand. Oh, okay. But if it's got to be on the sand, what's the point? Because if it has to be on the sand, then you've already got a quarry. Okay. So we're going to put some sand in that small gap after the bridge, and then we'll have a look at what we need to do to traverse the rest of it. And then we've got to decide we're building a bridge. I think we'll build a bridge straight across. It just makes everything so simple straight away. Oh, the only thing here... Just stop a second. Wrong button. Have I got room to turn around? Not really. Okay, we're going to have to reverse over the bridge. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to turn around when we're over there. Sand the whole route. I think we will end up doing that, to be fair. Yeah, we're not going to be able to turn around on the once over the bridge, so we need to reverse onto it. Before we go too far, let's refill sand now. Okay. There's the hole. A little bit more backwards. Okay, there's the hole there that we're looking to fill. And then if we go reverse a bit more, let's do that one there. We may have to bring a dozer across to actually level this out a bit. And then another bit here. Okay. We are going to need to bring the dozer, aren't we? Oh, yeah, it would have a big radius. We can refill sand now. We need to bring the dozer across to level this out a little bit. And that brings us now to... There's a bit here that's going to be a bit dodgy as well. I can probably just keep reversing, to be fair, and bring dozer across in a minute. Oh, I didn't see that. That's a bit of a hole, isn't it? Okay, that's a bit more of a hole there we're going to need to fill. That is a big old hole. It didn't look like that on the map, that's the thing. That did not look that bad on the map. That just looked like a little wet patch. It didn't look like a massive crater hole. Right, that should be enough there. And then the next bit is here. Again, I don't know if a bridge would be better or sand is okay. Sand might be alright. It's deep, but it's not too bad. And we can refill sand while we're here, so... It might even be better eventually just to road this whole thing. Let's go back a little bit more. He's filling up. Obviously the sand is going down the edges, but that's actually filled it quite nicely. I think we still need more. Are we still within refill sand territory? Not quite. Go forward a bit. We're not quite in the territory to refill, are we? That's not going to let us up there either. Okay, I think we're just out of refill territory. How is that looking? I think we need to get the dozer across, level some of this out. I think it's our only option really. And then we can have a look, see what we need still. Let's try and get this out of the way. I'm trying to get it out of the way because I know it's going to be in the way otherwise. We're on the edge of the sand. There we go. Right, that can stop there for a minute. Right, we need a dozer now to level that out. And then we're slowly getting there. So we haven't actually completed a mission yet because other things need doing first. It's that one. So we can actually get to where we're going. And we still got to build a big bridge across the river to make it a bit easier to get across yet as well. careful with this. This thing will tip over so easily. I'm not a massive fan. It's only because the bucket sits so high when you're driving that it becomes a nightmare. But yeah, I think eventually we're going to need to sand and road all of this, aren't we? To make our life easier. I think I would probably just road all this. Be easy enough to do. It's not far from where we can get vehicles from. I think once we get the base set up, maybe get the Lynx, I think we road that start point, and then at least that's that done. I wouldn't even just sand it. I would just road it. Just make life so much easier. Right, let's be careful here. Last thing I want is this to fall over. Okay, over the bridge, and then we can level this out. I've yet to use asphalt destruction mode either. That's something we've just not had to use, surprisingly. I thought by now we'd have to, but I think it's only our own asphalt. I don't think it is for in-game asphalt I've seen as of yet anyway. Okay. Again, we could road this if we really wanted to make this better. That's quite a drop there, isn't it? I think we need more sand there. It's a massive drop. Is it? No, it looks like a massive drop, but actually it's not. Once it's now smooth, it's actually not that bad. It just looks like a big drop. Right, this is the bit we might need more sand on, which I think we do, looking at that. Yeah, that needs more sand, doesn't it? Okay, let's stop here for a second. Actually, reverse back a bit more. Yeah, blade can stay there. Swap to the sand. I can refill sand from here. Let's do that. I wonder if it is worth asphalting this whole thing. Just to make our life a little bit easier. No. But yeah, that definitely, looks can definitely be deceiving. I'm turning the wrong way. That way, there we go. How's that look? I think maybe one more further back just to make that so it doesn't look as steep. It probably isn't, as we say. Looks can be deceiving, but just to make sure it's not as steep as it first looks. Are we in? There we go. And I think we're on a straight run then to the river. But yeah, not the start I expected for this map, to be fair. Okay, I just want to smooth this out a little, is my thinking. That's probably enough, to be fair. I think that will smooth out quite nicely by the end of it. Right, let's move forward for this. Yeah, I wonder if asphalting in mud would potentially make this better. I don't know if we need to. Obviously, anything that makes our life a little bit easier is better. But then I'd asphalt the whole start point as well, that's the thing. It would just take time doing that rather than the actual missions, though. I don't want it to be too steep coming down. It does look okay. Just be a little bit careful on some of the edges, I think. But actually that goes down quite nicely. Okay, so now we've done that. Is it a straight run to over here? No, there are some more areas, aren't there? Like that. I was hoping it was a straight run, but we're not that lucky. It looks like there is some other issues to deal with. Let's have a quick look ourselves. Well, the issue is that goes up. That's potentially, we're not filling that with sand, are we, if that's going up? Okay, that wasn't quite what I was expecting, to be fair. That would be a bridge, wouldn't it, essentially? On the map, obviously, you can't tell that's coming downwards. That's the problem. Would it allow us? See, it won't allow us to do it there because of that bit. That's because that's so high. And what about? It's just so high, isn't it? That's the one thing I build roads, admittedly, and we have done some that aren't mission related. But a lot of the time, I kind of judge it and go, well, we spend all this time building a road, we're not actually doing any missions, and it kind of feels weird not doing missions. But at the same time, I suppose the prep is there for a reason. Okay, somehow we've got to solve this. I don't know if starting this side it's just to we can get to here though. That will get us to there. Because all we're trying to do is get to this bit here and then we'll cross. That is doable. And then before I bring it over, I've only got one tree here that's usable. Okay, so there aren't many trees usable just here. So we're going to need to bring them across from the woods where we are at the minute. By the looks of things. But yeah, we need three trees there essentially for that bridge, and that'll bring us up over there. So much prep, isn't there, just to get where we want to be going. Right, there's one tree straight away here. Once we turn, like I say, I'm considering just asphalting the whole start point to make life easy, and between the bridges and stuff there, maybe definitely a consideration. But as I say, it's just one of those. It means that we're not doing any main stuff if we spend our time doing that. But then does that matter? That's the thing. That's going to spit that out to the right, isn't it? Let's try there then. We'll grab a vehicle to come and pick these up in a second. Try and put them in a pile together where possible. Can I get that one from here, or do I need to be closer? A bit closer, I think. There we go. Let's say we'll try and put them together so it's easy pickup. I know a lot of the vehicles that pick wood up aren't brilliant. We haven't really used one that much, to be fair. Because normally we just use this to actually take the logs to where they need to go. That tree straight ahead, will that do? Yeah, it will. Get past the log. Might need a stump grinder at some point just so we've got more access to things here a bit easier. And then we've got to think about the bridge across. That's going to take quite a few trees up, I think. There we go. Right, so there's the 3 trees we need. We now can quickly head back to here. We need to grab the vehicle for picking them up. Now we've got 2 to use essentially. I do like this thing. Whether it'll work for all 3 potentially, or we go with that. I think we use this mainly because I just want to use it for the sake of using it. I like this. We should be able to get all 3 in one go, to be fair. The way they're set up, we should be able to get underneath and get all 3. I find the other thing a bit fiddly, to be fair, when you put them on the back of a trailer. But yeah, do we just sand this whole thing? As I say, it means we're not doing any missions because we're doing this stuff, but it's all prep, isn't it, essentially? And I don't think it will take that long to do, as the base where you get your vehicles from is just there. It's definitely a consideration. It depends, once we open the other base, how much still needs to come out of that one. I think it'll be the consideration, really. Right, there's our logs. Let's quickly move this out of the way. Okay. We haven't used this that much, to be fair, since we brought it. Let's tilt. Open the claws. Let's see if we can get this first attempt. I need to tilt more, I think. One we're struggling with grabbing. Yeah, that didn't work the way I wanted it to. May have been better off using the other vehicle, to be fair. It is practice with a lot of these vehicles, that's the thing. I don't know if... Try and move them all together. What do we got? I think we got 2 of the 3. Annoyingly there. Hey man, good morning, how are you? Thank you for the like with it was, much appreciated. How are you today? Long time no speak, hope you're well. Okay, obviously we've got to open that back up. We're going to try and get this last one in as well. I think I'm too... Am I too tilted? No. That's the wrong way. There we go. All 3 in one. That's what we was trying to do. Just takes a little bit of practice to get these things done sometimes. Busy doing live work and such. Lurking. Yeah, all good, all good. Always wishing you well, man. Right, we are going to... What are we stuck on? Why can't I move? Okay, I was having a hard time moving for some reason. What? I don't quite understand why we can't move. There's nothing underneath us stopping us. Do I need to put that up higher? It's weird. Right, we are going to need to move the dumper truck though. That's now in the way. There's a bit of land to the left here. So you don't want to put this down a hole if we can avoid it. Reverse loop. Yeah, no, time zones and stuff don't help, do they? I've not managed to catch up with you in ages. The time zones are more the problem than anything else. But no, always good to hear from you. And always wishing you well, man. That's the main thing. Okay. I didn't actually realize there were a couple of stumps in the way here. Okay, that's an issue. Why? How has that allowed that to happen with the stumps? I'm guessing I need to stump grind them out of the way then. Although it is a wide bridge, we can get past, admittedly. But yeah, I think we're going to have to get the stump grinder out here to get rid of some of those. So that goes up quite nicely there. What else do we need to deal with? There's another bit here, potentially, we're going to need to deal with. Sand, potentially. And then that's another high point there, isn't it? It's going to have to come down there. I think we can potentially sand these bits, hopefully. Death Stone too. Just grind them. Yeah, I think we have to grind the stumps there. That's the thing as well. If it's something you want to play yourself, isn't it? You don't want to get it spoiled. I completely understand. Okay, the sand quarry there. Okay, does reach all the way across. That's good to know. Right, so we need, if we move this out of the way, it's not actually needed for the minute. I tend to dump vehicles, especially when we don't need them. We want this. We'll try sanding it. Hopefully it works for those two areas. Straighten this up before we go backwards. This thing doesn't stop pouring even though it's fully down. But yeah, we'll have to get the stump grind on the bridge. I don't know. Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I never ask anyone to subscribe anymore because I just feel like once you pass 1,000 subscribers and monetized, subscribers, if anything, is just a number that doesn't mean anything. Because it doesn't, not really. It's views are more important than subscribers. Ah, I managed to break that log. That was interesting. So yeah, I never ask anyone to subscribe anymore. The only thing I ask people to do if they're enjoying the stream or the video is like it, because that's more important. But yeah, I don't know. I couldn't honestly tell you. It amazes me to think, you know, that with that kind of number. I know. I remember being on 2. It is mad. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have an answer, unfortunately. They'll tell you about it. Yeah, I think consistency is always the big thing, I think. Although we've had to lose afternoon streams because of I'm suffering or being looked into because they think I might have narcolepsy. Well, I can just fall asleep at a drop of a hat. So that's obviously causing us not to be as consistent as I would like. But yeah, it's just doing what it's doing, to be fair. Right, we're going to quickly level that out and hopefully that's good enough to get across. We did smash one of these logs by driving over it, so we may not need a stump grinder. Let's try this. We can smash this one. You won't do it. You'd have to be... Okay, I can't... I don't think I can smash that one. I think that one is too big to be smashed. Yeah. I think it's 6 months and they warn you first. It's 6 months with no new content, I think is what it is. No, I don't forget you too, man. You've been a big part of the channel for quite a few years. Okay, we could probably do some sand on here, to be fair. This is all really uneven. As well. Okay, we want to kind of slope there if we can. Just kind of doing it. It's quite a nice even slope, to be fair. Probably do a little bit more sand on that last bit, I think. Right, let's move this over here. Okay, what we want to do is there's a bit here I want to sort out as well. Obviously, coming off that bridge, we could probably do with all that being sanded where we come off the bridge as well, to be fair. I know we dump sand everywhere anyway. A little bit there, we'll go a bit further forward as well. This is all prep just so we can get this first bit done. First mission still hasn't been achieved yet because of all the prep we need to do to actually get there. Okay. And then we can refill. So we need a bit more on the end of that one, by the looks of things. So it's not such a big bump. There we go. That should be plenty. Let's reverse further back. And we'll get this bit levelled out. What am I stuck on? I think it might just be too high, to be fair. May need to level that out first. Can we get off? We can just about. There we go. Saying that, is that another big hole straight behind us? It's a bit of one. Yeah, no worries. I know you don't want to get in trouble at work. It's all good. You've got an interview today. Well, I hope you do well at your interview. Good luck for that. Hope it goes well. Okay, that's fully down. I don't know if sand is going to be enough on the next bit. We'll find out in a second. I just don't show when I'm stressed. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Life comes first at the end of the day. That's the main thing. But yeah, as long as you're happy with yourself, that's the main thing. Right, I do have a concern with this bit. Although I can't even go across there, can I? It's because it's too uneven where we put the sand down. Okay. Just need to get to a point we can park up and then we'll settle all this down by levelling it off. And then we've got the last bit we need to do. And then work out how we're going to do the next bit. I never thought this would be the start of the map, I really didn't. Right, we want that next. Turn off sand flattening for the minute. As I say, we could end up... It's going to be too steep from there. We could end up tarmac asphalting all this. I don't know if that would be better to do, to be fair. It'd obviously make it more even and easier to manoeuvre, but depends how much we're going to use these routes once we pass this first point, really. Okay. over this bit one more time. Perfect. And then we've got this bit here, which was a hole, but no longer a hole. My concern is the next bit. I don't know if sand is going to be enough. That's a hole and a half, and we need to go higher as well. Okay, let's have a look. So that's kind of our last issue until we get to here, to be fair. I'm trying to see if there's another way around this. Sand may be enough. It looks worse on the map than it does actually not on the map, to be fair. Tell Dennis to message you, no worries. Yeah. So much sand we've laid down so far, and bridges. Right. Next hole to sand. This is definitely a lot better than it was. And even coming off that bridge is a lot better as well. Okay, straighten up really first. Yeah, so I think, I don't know, we might be able to get, it's whether we can get the angle on the sand is the question. Because it needs to go up, not down. That kind of went a bit too close to us, to be fair. Let's try that one. It's actually going in the hole. Not really, is it? I think we need more anyway. Let's try that. There we go. Bit more back as well. There we go. It looked like there's quite a lot left in there, but obviously not. It does look like there's loads in there. Let it refill and not move this time. I think we're kind of up there though, which is where we needed. Trying to go back a little bit at a time without getting ourselves stuck. Yeah, I think we're going to be okay there. Go backwards. Right, I think we're good. So what we do, again, we'll park up, level out and see how it looks. But I think we're going to be okay there. Obviously, you can see it needs levelling out. Go further back this way. It doesn't want to go back anymore because it's kind of not level. Try and go to the right. As I say, we may end up just asphalting the whole lot. It may make the life a lot easier. It did work. We were able to come up, which was my concern. I weren't sure if we'd be able to get up there. The next bit, I'm not too sure how we're going to do it, to be honest. Okay, that's looking good. A little bit more to this right hand side. Probably to the left a bit as well, just to make sure we're good. But that is looking not bad at all. And this is also, we can get a crane across to open up the next, the first base essentially on the map. Okay. Next bit is the problem. The only thing I'm thinking, I wonder whether we can bridge it from here to here. Because this is where we're going to put the big bridge across. But I wonder if we can bridge it from here to here. You know, as far as we can, kind of thing, on a slope. Let's try that. It's doable. I know, one red section. I couldn't zoom out enough. There's a red section there. But we start it slightly more this way. Is it still gonna have a red section? Yeah, that start point. Doesn't like that start point, does it? Okay. Why don't we start it further back? Oh no, it's going to be too... So the issue is the height, I think. About from there. That's doable. And then that gets us to here. And then we're making our bridge across there. That is doable. We need 7 logs though. And that's quite a few. But that is doable. There's lots of logs over the other side there. Annoyingly, we're going to have to bring them from here. Oh, saying that, hang on. Oh no, because that's the marshy area, isn't it? Right, we need to load up a load of logs then. We need 7 for that. We may use a different log carrier to come and grab them, I think. But 7 logs needed. As the rain starts to fall. The downside now, we've cut so many trees, we probably need to get rid of some of these stumps just to make our life a bit easier. Thank you for the like, was much appreciated. I think we've called a stump grinder in just so we can make our life a little bit easier. This is all taking time, but it's something we do need to be doing. To be fair, we could buy a new one. We've got the money to upgrade some of our vehicles. Let's buy a new stump grinder. And the log forward was something I wanted to have a look at as well. We've got the stump mulcher TK 100M. Is that the only one we have? Tree harvester is there. Log grabber. It's a dump truck there. Cargo grab crane truck. There's another stump mulcher. That's 41,000. That one, the kite 3. What is that? That's a 5252. What's the other one? That's 4-2. Okay, so the other one is better. More expensive, but better. So we'll take the kite then, I think. I say we've yet to sell a single item, but we've still got plenty of money. Yeah, let's buy the kite as our new stump grinder. And now we've just got to find it on here. And we'll go and grind them. So just to make our life a little bit easier, it's always handy to get rid of the stumps. We could leave them, but it just takes out longer for us then, if they're going to be in the way. There it is. That looks tiny compared with all our other vehicles. It's on tracks as well though, which is handy. But it looks tiny. I don't know if looks are deceiving. It just doesn't look very big. Let's see how it does with the muddy patch was created at the start point. We're an hour and a half into the stream. We've got another 2 hours left. Can we get a mission complete today on this new map? To be fair, once you build the big bridge across, we take the crane, we clear the area, our job done. So it's not too bad. Yeah, we're going to have to sort this area out though, I think. Okay. As I say, we didn't need to do this, but it does make our life just a little bit easier, especially when we're collecting the logs as well. We need 7, so we're going to have to use a bigger log collector as well. Nice and easy. He's actually processing that one. I think it's because it's on a slope, it's not processing that one properly, is it? It's kind of taking the top off, I think. Yeah, it is struggling. Oh, there we go. It's the angle, isn't it? It's not liking. You can hear it, but you can't. It's the angle we're at. I can't. There's no way of bringing that front part down either. There we go. Yeah, it struggles a little bit with angles, doesn't it? I thought this one, well, this one meant to be better than the other one. There we go. Right, that's made our life a little bit easier though. Let's go and get some more. We need 7 logs. And we should be able to get most of them from this one area, hopefully. As I say, we'll try and make them in a pile to make it easier to collect. We'll use our log collector to do so. Rather than the one with what we used last time, I think we'll use something different this time. Only because I think 7's probably too many to grab in one set of claws. If we make it one journey, that's better. Number 2. They did ask for us to come here and help them rebuild. Do you reckon they've thought we'd be end up destroying all their trees and using them all? They'll have no forest left over by the end of it. Right, that's two. There's another one to our left here. Can I do it manually, or is it gonna not like it? I do find it doesn't like you going up to the trees manually a lot of the time. You actually have to drive until it's green, I find. And sometimes it's just a case of just moving the bit sort of nearer the cab, and then it actually likes it again. Three of 7. That one to our left, I think, should be doable. There we go. And then we'll grind the stumps to 3 stumps in front of us just so we can get further ahead for the ones behind. Further forward. Why am I so zoomed out? It's weird. Yeah, we'll grind them 3 stumps and that just gives us a bit clearer pathway there. 3 more needed though. Doesn't like that bush, does it? I've already switched to stump grinder part on, to be fair. Probably a bit early, but it saves waiting. Right, these should go better because we're on the same level as them. There we go. No, that one's done the same. Doesn't like. I don't know what it is, but sometimes it doesn't like. I think you have to stay on it when you're at that angle rather than drive through it like some of them. There we go. Right, that can be turned off. This can be moved out of the way again, and we can now get to these ones here. Okay, what have we got? We've got 4 there so far, 3 more needed. I'm on the right camera. 1 minute it seems we're 2 zoomed out, the next we're 2 zoomed in. Right, what do we got? There we go. So this always processes it to the right, so you can kind of gauge where it's going to land. Make sure we get them quite close together. So that's 5. Completely opened up this whole bit of terrain by taking all these trees down. By the end of it, we wouldn't have needed to do any of this, and we could have just travelled along this whole edgeway because we've taken all the trees away. That's what it's looking like. Didn't need to go in the swampy area. Just cleared all the trees instead. Right, that's number 6. We need 1 more, and then we can come and grab all these and deliver them. And then it's time for the big. The extremely big bridge we're going to need to make to get across the water. But there's plenty of trees near the area by the looks of things, so it should be fairly simple to do. Normally I like dropping off the logs straight away directly from this, but we're too far away at this point. Well, that is 7 logs. We're going to just park up here. Okay, we now need something to pick them all up. Like I say, I think the claws are probably too much. So we do have other things we can use. And maybe upgrade as well. So we've got this, the MTK Prosecco 200. It looks a mess, doesn't it? Let's have a look. Tree harvester, log grabber loader. That doesn't have a back to it. That loads them onto another vehicle. Log forwarder. That's what we want, isn't it? That's a crane. Greenway 740 cross. That's one choice. Or we've got the cargo grab crane. No, that's a different one. Is that all we've got? Log grabber loader again. Doesn't have something to put them on, but it does pick them up. Log forwarder. That's the other one. Cronin work. What's that? 3235. 3235. Let's compare that. There's no quick way of comparing, annoyingly. 3235. So again, this one's the best so far. 4355. I think there's one more to check. That one, the upgraded MT. Yeah, it's not as good as that other one. Obviously, it's half the price, to be fair, but we have the money. So we may as well go for the best. So the Greenway 740 cross. There we go. A brand new vehicle for us to use. We do have the another type of vehicle from the same make, to be fair, just here. And we do like using that. Okay, deploy. The only thing with these normally is the crane is a pain, to be fair. We haven't had a massive amount of experience with this type of crane. So that may take a bit of getting used to. We've got 7 logs to load. I'm assuming it's strap in, yeah. We'll figure it out as we go. I don't know, how many vehicles have we used so far today? We haven't actually got anywhere really. We've used so many different vehicles. And we still need to head north at some point to find this Lynx as well. There's a new scout vehicle. Don't tell me you're stuck. Definitely doesn't like it. That. Yeah, we might have to sort all that out. I think the more we've used it, the more it's degraded, and the more we're going to have to do something about it, I think. That is the big thing. The more a route is used, the worse it is. I suppose the only annoying thing here is these are on an incline. Right, we haven't used this crane before, so this will be interesting. Okay, that didn't quite work where I wanted it to. There we go. First one in. These cranes are a bit of an awkward one to use, I find. And that grabbed nothing. I'm as low as I can go there as well. I may be too far out, that's why it's not liking it. When I go low. I don't understand not even grabbing any of them. I'm not trying to pick up more than one at once, to be fair. I'm just trying to pick up one. This is why these cranes can be a nightmare. Have I got... I was going to say, I haven't got any anchors to put down, have we? Right, these both aren't going to go in here nicely, are they? There we go, one's already off. Judging the distance between where the log is and where the grabber is not simple either. Obviously we've got to straighten this one out. I'm not a fan of this crane in the slightest. Right, what we need to do is try and flatten this out. But it's just flying everywhere. It's on. I'll take that, it's on. But that is not simple. And this is on the crane camera as well. And I thought that would be easy to spot what we're doing. Missed it completely. Can't go any lower than that, and I still can't pick it up. Let's try down here. Thing is, you want to kind of grab them in the middle, I think, to actually have much more control over them when you're trying to put them in. If you only grab them on the far end, you have less control, it seems. That wasn't anywhere near it as in as I thought it was. But I can't get that one either, can I now? That is the one we wanted to grab at least. It looks like it's quite a way on when you put it down, but it's not. There we go. That'll do. 3 to go. And yeah, not liking the crane. I don't know if I need to move closer to these. I can't go any lower than that. So what we'll do, I know to restore module space obstructed. Oh, obviously, because they're now in the way, aren't they? Right, we'll strap our cargo. We're going to move. Obviously, make our life a little bit easier picking them up. Unstrap. At least, hopefully, they won't go anywhere. Two at once. Right, will they go in nicely? That's the question. I think that wasn't too bad. Right, one to go. But yeah, I don't know if it's practice needed with this type of crane or what, but it is not a nice thing to use. As I say, it may just be practice. It's just a completely different style from what we've used in the past. And I'm not particularly good with cranes in general, as we've seen so far during our time in RoadCraft. Okay, cargo strapped. The crane will need to go down here like that, as we can't put the crane away properly because the logs are obviously in the way. Back to vehicle camera. Right, let's go and deliver our 7 logs and get this bridge done. And then we've got to look at this bigger bridge, and hopefully we can then go and do the mission. I'm definitely on the right camera, I think. Oh, it's bumpy. That's all levelled out. It's not really bumpy. When driving this, it does feel like it's got a bit of a lack of power compared to other vehicles. Considering how much money we'd have spent on it as well. Okay, hopefully it's going to move back so it does the bridge. I've delivered them all. Why is it now? Let it catch up for a second. It may, the other vehicle might be in the way. Yeah, I think that might be stopping it, finishing off. There we go. Our bridge is done. There is a bit of a gap to that side over there. Let's have a quick drive across and have a look. But yeah, there's a little bit of a gap down that side. Be careful of. But it's gets us here. We've got a couple of trees we're going to need to take down, I think. But we're going to need wood shortly. Yeah, we're going to need wood shortly. How steep a drop is this? They're not too bad. And as I say, we need trees in a minute anyway. So it's not too bad to go and deal with, I don't think. Right, the plan is to build a bridge across the river, and then we should be good to go with sorting out the base over here. That is the plan. So to do that, we obviously need something here. We always go wide. That to me seems fine. I don't know if we want to be there instead. We need 8 logs for that. I think I've been picking the wrong option for when we do the bridge ends, because I've been picking the other option. That time I didn't, and I wonder if that's an issue. Right, so we need 8 logs. There's plenty around, and we need to clear these anyway. So we'll go to our vehicle, the crayfish for the trees. There's no way of just putting that naturally back in its natural position, is there? And we need to drive this across the whole way, and then once we're across we'll start taking the trees down, use those to make the bridge, and then we are there. We need to decide, do we sand and asphalt a bit near this yard before we get the train out, or do we just go and do the mission? That's the bit we need to decide. So far so good. It's been a different start to normal. Obviously lots of other stuff lots of prep to do rather than actual mission stuff immediately. And most of it's gone okay. There's a few moments of it may go badly wrong. We'll have to bring the stump grinder across as well. That's going to be needed, especially coming off that bridge. Plus this bit here as well. All these little bridges we've had to put up. I'm looking forward to doing a metal bridge for the first time, just because it's going to be different. I'm not sure when we'll get to that. I'm guessing it will take quite a lot of metal beams before we get a chance to do it. Right, probably should have moved vehicles out of the way first, to be fair. Log forwarder, I don't know when it's going to be needed in the game for the minute. My hope is we'll just drop them off via the crayfish. So then we won't need to pick up the logs via that. We'll have to be a bit careful crossing this bit. I may have to put some sand down there where the little gap is. But yeah, I wonder if I've been picking the wrong option on some of these, to be fair. Right, I want to start at the bottom really and work my way back up, just because that'll make life a little bit easier in terms of seeing where we're at. We'll take that one there though. LVs, good morning, how are you? Right, our first one is in the bag. Let's say my plan was we can drop these off ourselves. That way we don't need another vehicle here. The process to the right. So we need 8 in total to make this bridge. But yeah, I think I've been pressing the wrong choice for the ends of the bridge, and I think that's why we've got some of the gaps, to be fair. By the end of it, we're probably going to clear this whole bank of trees, I would say. How are you today, LVs? Thanks for the like, whether it was much appreciated. Number 2. But yeah, stump grinder definitely going to be needed. A little bit far away, to be fair. Should process it fine. You finally got around to playing. So my little boy plays all the time. I don't play it at all. I can't stand it. The career mode gets boring after a season, so I just don't bother. He plays it a lot though. Ultimate Team, Manager modes. Yeah, he plays it all. Loves it. I spent a lot of money when it first came out to get him it early, and then he barely played it, and now he's back into it again now. Okay, any trees here? We know there's one on the bridge is definitely one for us to grab. There's a stump there to watch out for. So where the stump grinder will be needed. Right, we'll grab the one on the bridge now. All this stuff can all be destroyed as we drive over it. There we go. That clears the bridge then. There is another one there, to be fair, on the bridge that we could take. So that's, I think, number 3 of 8 needed. Thanks for the like, much appreciated. Was. I think that's number 3 of 8. Yeah, 3 of 8. This whole route's going to get so muddy as well. This is going to need sand as well, isn't it? Everywhere needs sand because it's so muddy. Obviously, that's the point of this map. But it's horrific. It's just so much mud. I wouldn't say it's worse than Sunkern yet, but then we haven't had to do any routes where the AI drives yet. And although I've praised the AI in this so many times, how good it is, it does still have its issues at times. And I can see this being a bit of a pain for it. Bring it back towards us. Okay, number 4. Then we're doing a good job of clearing this bank. But yeah, this is going to need sand as well by the looks of it. Right, these green trees, I don't think they can be cut down. To be fair, I kind of want this bank clear just so we've got a clear runoff when we come over the bridge. I don't think they can be cut down, which means they can be knocked down instead. We'll do that in a sec. Although we've got stump grinder, we'll get rid of them. We want this bank as clear as possible, so when we can, there we go. When we come down it, we want to have a clear look of where we're going. I am surprised at some logs. Some trees are really big, and I'm surprised you don't get more than one log out of them. Because they are all different sizes at times. Number 5. Right, how are we doing up there? I think that bank's clear because everything else on that bank will fall down or be knocked down in itself quite easily. We've got a tree to the left here I think we can grab. Although it's not coming up as an option. That surely is one we can grab there, surely. It's massive. Maybe it's too big. Maybe it's why we can't grab it. Yeah, I don't think there's any more now on that bank that we need to grab. Let's just double check. Stump grinder will come across and do a lot of the work there and clear a lot of that. Trying to see where the bridge is. Oh, we've got some to the right here. I wonder if that one that we couldn't grab just then was just too big, maybe. I'm impressed with the crayfish though. It did really well when we got it for the first time on sand swept and even in the mud. It hasn't even got tracks on. It is doing really well to cope with the conditions. So I'm pretty impressed with the crayfish. Okay, 2 more required. And then that is job done. I think we can get one from the left here. Yep, one there. And then we need one more, and then it's stump grinder across, clear the route, and then crane, and we can crack on and actually do a mission at last. As I say, there is probably roads we should be building to make our life a little bit easier in certain places. Especially right at the start point. Is that one we can take there? It is indeed. That's the final one we need for the bridge. When is our next main channel game vote? Not for a while, because then we've got Death Stranding to finish. This to finish. We then need to go back and finish Elden Ring's DLC. We need to go and do the second DLC for Star Wars Outlaws. Ghost of Yotai, we need to vote on whether we're doing that on release or not, so we don't spoil it for people. So that vote will be at some point soon. But yeah, I'm not 100% at this point. Just because we've had to go back, we've got to go back and finish a few things. What, have you got a suggestion, have you, Elvis? That is the bridge complete. We have our way across. Pretty happy with how that went, actually, to be fair. I think we went really quite well. So, stump grinder is the next thing we need, just to make sure everything is good when we come across, which is this here. Our brand new one. Wasn't a massive fan of it when we were using it a minute ago, but it was on a hill, so we'll give it a benefit of the doubt and see how it gets on in this next bit. Hopefully it performs better. It was the more expensive one and better stats. It doesn't always mean better, does it? Part of me thinks we need to come and smooth this out a bit more, because that is bumpy as anything. There is a lot, yeah, I know. Also, it's a shame, you know, I support Liverpool, so, you know, I've followed him for quite a few years since he's been at the club. It's one of those unfortunate things that happens, you know. Trying to explain it to my little boy, who obviously supports Liverpool alongside myself. And it's a difficult one. But yeah, unfortunately, you know, these things do happen. Turn the mulch off in a minute. I don't know if they've found anyone at fault or anything for it. I've not really looked. I don't really want to look. Liverpool have got a friendly this weekend against Preston, so we'll see what happens on that. Yeah, you know, when you lose any player like that, it's never nice. It's and all of a sudden, after everything he's just done as well, just got married. Going to allow me to mulch here. I just want to mulch this one tree. It's telling me I can't mulch because I'm on a bridge. There we go. That's all I wanted to do was mulch that one bit. Right, activate mulcher. We want to get rid of everything that's here. And any stumps. Although you go. Not many stumps there. I thought we had loads of stumps there, to be fair, but may even need a layer of sand, to be fair. I thought the mulcher was on, but for some reason it was off. I thought it would destroy all these plants and stuff as we drove over with the mulcher, but it's not, surprisingly. Although that one did go eventually. I thought the mulcher would have destroyed all these. Just so we had to clear a run, but it's not doing it. If I stay on it, does it get rid of it? Doesn't get rid of them, does it? Well, we tried. Okay, mulcher finished with. We've done the bridge. Right, we need to make a decision. What are we doing here? What I do think we need to do is bring the dozer back across. So eventually we're going to need a load of sand here, I think. But I do think some of that route we've made needs smoothing out a little bit, because it is very, very bumpy. Don't fall over. Yeah, eventually some of this may need smoothing out. But yeah, we were finding some of this was extremely bumpy still. So we'll just make sure it's smooth as much as possible. As I say, we need to decide, are we making that first part a road? Or are we just going to get the crane across? I think we just get the crane across for the minute. At least then that's a mission complete. We still need to go and find this Lynx as well. There we go, that's better. It was this next bit that was the problem, I think. It suddenly got really bumpy out of nowhere. But yeah, there's so much road we could build right now to make our life a little bit more easy. This was the bit that suddenly seemed really bumpy. How are you this morning, Patrick? Thank you for the like, but much appreciated. There we go. That is all hopefully smoother. We're going to go and grab a big crane, and then we're going to drive to where our scout vehicle is and do that mission there, which is what we wanted to do, to establish a base. And then we'll see. As I say, we've still got so much we could do just to prep the roads for ourselves. We still don't know how much we're going to use this area. If we don't use it very much, it's pointless making a road. So until we get into things, we don't quite know how much we need. It's that one, isn't it? Yeah. So we can make a road and then never have to drive from this area again. So I want to hold off until we really know how much we're going to use this area. There is a chance we need to get other vehicles to this bit to deliver things. And if that's the case, then we will have to build a road there. But at this point, we just don't know what's required, do we? That's the problem. But yeah, what are we? 2 hours 20 minutes into the stream, and we haven't completed the main mission yet. All because of how bad the actual start point is. Right, Crane's struggling. Yeah, we are going to have to. If we have to send a vehicle that way, we'll have to do something about that bit. We've done what we needed, so we can now send the crane to the base to open that up. We can now get that done. So we're getting there. We've made the bridge across the river, that's all done. Right, watch the speed across here. Now, how much you smooth some bits out, there's still bits that catch you out sometimes. But yeah, back to what you were saying, LVs. It's devastating, isn't it? And you know, your thoughts can only be with the family. Go. We are across the river. Taking us a little while, but that is done. Right. So we need to get. I know we do need to build another bridge here at some point. That's got to happen at some point. There is a roadway we can follow here that will take us round without using the bridge. So I think that's what we need to do. But yeah, we do need to make this bridge sooner rather than later. But obviously, we've got to wait until we're up and running really in the main base here. But that will have to be, that one needs doing, just to make our lives easier, to be fair. But again, we can cut the trees down nearby, I think. Or do we just do it now? Do you know what? Let's just do it now. We've got the cutting machine there. I think we do it now. It's another job then done, isn't it? We'll make it out of wood. And then it's just another job done. Let's get closer to it and have a look. But yeah, it makes sense. We're here anyway. Might as well get it done whilst we're nearby. And it will save us time to get where we're going anyway. Right, where was it? Well, anyway, it was, to be fair. Oh, it's there. It's down that slope. Crushing their cones. Yes, it's down here. I don't really want to be down there with this, do I, to be fair, because we're going to need to get the trees first and foremost, but we'll make it out of wood. I don't think it's going to take too much to get across, to be fair. Five logs. Let's just go back there. Yeah, 5 logs. I wonder if I was doing the So not flat ends. I was changing it to inline rather than flat ends, and I think flat ends might be better. I think that's why I messed up on the earlier bridges, maybe. Yeah, I think I did mess up on the earlier bridges by doing in the other option essentially. Right, we need five logs. We'll get this back. We'll get this across the bridge. Get our logs, and then we will get the crane across. But yeah, we might as well do it now. It's another job done then. And there are plenty of logs nearby that I think we can grab. Everything's just so muddy. No matter where you go, within 5 minutes, there's just lots of mud. You know, I suppose the map's not called Deluge for nothing, though, is it? That's the thing. And we've barely touched the map so far. And just look how wet the ground is. You can tell just by going over how wet it is. Look at this stuff. I'm not looking forward to trying to set a vehicle, an AI vehicle, on its own route. Because I've got a feeling that's going to be a nightmare in terms of them getting stuck. And maybe a lot of road building. Look how deep it is as well. Just madness, isn't it? I knew that by the name though it would involve water, being Deluge. Sojourn though, I don't know what that means. I'm guessing it's French. I don't know what sojourn is in terms of type of map. I don't think it'll be water. But so far, every map we've done so far, the reason for it has been different every time, which is really good. I like the fact that we haven't really repeated one yet. And obviously it'd be interesting to see what the DLC does. Right, first of the 5 needed. I did see we'd be able to grab them from here, so it makes it nice and simple. Just down the slope, and then we're there. Maybe there may be a few closer down there as well we'll be able to use. I don't know why the camera's gone so far away. Okay, move this slightly left, and that should deliver it after processing. I'm not sure if we can get up there to get them trees that side. 1 of 5 done. Trying to see where the easiest part to get the trees are from. Potentially up here. All depends how easy it is for this to get over them rocks. That's something we've tried before in this. That's not too bad actually. I wasn't sure how well this would go. But actually that's not as bad as it could have been. Right, is that one too thick? We've had a few trees we've seen that are just too thick and it won't allow us to grab them. But that one we can. I do think that is just some of these are just too thick and that's why you can't do anything with them. Right, nice and slow down rocks. That's number 2. I don't think I've built as many bridges on a map before as we have already on this one. I think that is a new record for myself. Just on the amount of bridges we've built today. Oh, even in one stream to be fair. Number 2. I do love this crayfish. It's so nice to drive as well. Right, we think that one's too thick, so it won't allow us to pick that one up. What have we got over here? That one's doable. Number 3. The amount of trees we've cut down today as well. That's number 3 then. 2 more required, and that will be this bridge done. And that means that the 2 main access points that we've seen so far will then be usable. And we'll drive over the wheelbarrow that's been left there. Because that's the big thing, both access points weren't usable until now. So I think we've done a good job of making them usable again. Yeah, some of these trees it's not allowing us to grab. And they're not thin either, so that's what makes you think they're just too thick. I don't know whether there's another vehicle like this that does wider trees. I don't know. I just assumed this would grab all of them, but it definitely doesn't. Okay, number 4, 1 more needed. Taking us the whole stream there just to get going. What's madness? I've never had that before. One game I do want to do on the channel at some point, probably episodically, once I can get episodic stuff working back to normal on that side of things, which until they figure out what's causing me to go to sleep every day. I don't know. It's Construction Simulator. It's one of those games I've always wanted to play and just not had a chance to. And there's a lot to it as well from what I've been told. So yeah, it's one of those I'd love to play, just not had a chance. Now why is that not going up? I need that up in the air. It just might be too heavy. There we go, it's up now. Final tree needed. It's very top heavy it seems, it doesn't like lifting it. Definitely doesn't like lifting it, does it? That's a bit of a problem. Although, no, it's okay, we can move it. Thought we was going to have issues with it. We still need to process it, admittedly. But I think the processing will be okay. Can't even lift it up. Let's see what it does. There we go. Bridge is built. Happy days. Right, let's just park this up over here for a minute. Again, we don't know when we're going to need it next, so we'll just leave it here for the minute. As we leave vehicles everywhere. Right, time for the crane to get across, and then we can have this new base up and running. And we've actually made some progress for the first time today. But everything is now a lot easier to access at least. Signal bump. Okay. The one thing we've not looked at is actually the infrastructure requests and how many of those there are and what they are, because that will actually dictate a few things for us as well, I think. Am I going the wrong way here? I am. Yeah, massively going the wrong way. Although I'm not, I can follow the road round, to be fair. And there is a back entrance. Can I go this way? I think so. I might regret this. I think I can still get up. No, 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 no. Ah! Engine still before I can do anything. After all that, we got the crane all the way there and then we mess up. That's annoying. Which means we've got to record it back all the way down here and then go again. Because I can't even tow it. I'm not going to be able to. I've got the vehicle there. I don't think I'm going to be able to tow it to get it back up and upright though, am I? Could we? Which way is it fallen? I could get it back on its feet to be maybe. We'll give it a try for a minute or two. I'm not going to spend loads of time. Otherwise, we just won't get anything else done today. But potentially, we may be able to winch it back on its feet. Oh, this thing skids. Doesn't want to do it. If we can just get it back on so we can access the crane, then it's doable. Right, where was the actual issue? That tells me as well we need to fix that gap at some point to make this road usable as well. Just don't know if this has got the power to pull it. That's the big question. How much power does this have? We're not close enough, are we, to winch it yet? It's because of the angle we were trying to get round at. I don't know if this has the power. Even towing on, I don't think it's going to help us. See, up there would be better. So my watch is going off. What's going on? Okay. As I don't want to spend too much time trying this, for obvious reasons. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to do anything here. I was hoping I can just put it over, but I think it's well and truly wedged. So we're going to have to recall it, I think, and drive it back. Just won't give me the top point. I want the top points, ideally. Yeah, it's having all the power. suppose the only other thing I've got is from the back. But even then, I don't think. Right, okay. I definitely can't operate the crane, can I? Right, okay. Nothing we can do. We're going to have to record it back to over here and drive it back across. I missed the turning in the first place, to be fair. And that's made us then take that route. And we didn't realise the route had a hole in it, admittedly. Which caused us the problems. But it is what it is. Let's get it back across. And get this base set up. And then once the base up, we've got to go and find this Lynx as well. We've got, what, just under an hour left of the stream, so there's still plenty of time to get some stuff done. I just want a main mission out of the way. If we finish the day without a mission complete, that's bad. But we have got a second stream of RoadCraft this week. That'll be on Thursday. Thursday morning, same time as today, 8:30 AM until midday, GMT. And tomorrow, we're back live with Death Stranding as we continue Sam's journey. Really doesn't like this mud, does it? Trying on firmer ground. There we go. But yeah, we're going to try not to miss the turning this time. But yeah, it's definitely another route we're going to have to fix. Only it's kind of a small bridge, maybe a two log bridge, maybe. I don't think it's going to need much to sort it out. Okay, we're nearly back to the main town. Taking a bit quick there. Still can't believe how many bridges we've built today. It's incredible. And they're not all perfect, but they work. That's the main thing. This is a big old slope. I do not want to be using the Wayfarer because I don't think it's going to make this slope. It will probably get stuck in quite a lot of areas, the Wayfarer, as it's the worst vehicle in the game, I believe. I feel it is. It's one vehicle we definitely don't want to be using on this map. There's a few more stumps actually here that could be done. Oh, we'll just smash up ourselves. Grind it down, to be fair. Right, now we're back onto the middle island. And then we can go to the second bridge we did. And then we need to make sure we take the right route this time. So once across the bridge, we'll double check where we should be turning. Because obviously it was a wrong turning last time. Okay, bridge is down this way. I don't know if this is the right way for us to be going on this entire turn. The other route's probably a bit the other side is probably a little bit easier on the turnings. But we're okay. Right, let's see where we're heading here. So, I made the mistake of going left here. Instead, we want to go... which way do we want to go, actually? Because last time, I think we came round here, didn't we? This mud path takes you there. I think we want to go right and then left. So this would be the ideal route, obviously, if it wasn't for that. Do we quickly build another bridge? I wonder if we just build another bridge. I might even be able to just skirt along here, to be fair. Fence is open there. We may just be able to get up there, but we could just build another bridge and have to be done with it. Because we have the vehicle to build a bridge there. I'm guessing it's only going to be... Let's have a look. A 2-log bridge. That's all it is. I'm assuming that's high enough there. Do you know what? We'll get the crane nearby and then we'll build the 2-log bridge. 2 logs. And then we'll get the crane in the main bit. But yeah, it does look like you can kind of go up. Well, actually, no, it doesn't look that steep on the map. But actually, once you're there, it does. Okay, Crayfish has done a lot of work today, and its work is not over yet. We brought this on the Sandswept map, to be fair, and I've loved it ever since. I think it's a fantastic vehicle. Definitely earned its money today. I did not think I'd be building so many bridges. After Stu the Gamer's warning yesterday, I thought we'd be building lots of roads, but it's turned into bridges instead today. Right, let's grab the tree on the way. Saves us time if we've got one on the way. Let's say we only need 2 anyway. And that's the first one. Hang on, looking at that bridge, I think we need to change it a little bit. The bit onto there is going to be a big step up. We delete that for a second. I'm going to do it again. But I want less of a step up on that other side. Yeah, to there would be better. Okay, we need an extra log. But it's actually a bit better when you go to come off it. One of 3. There's a tree right here we can grab. There's one behind us as well. You've seen that. Log number 2, we need one more for this, and there's literally one straight behind us here. There we go. Final one needed, and that'll be the bridge complete. And that makes this road usable as well. Everything we've done today is going to make our life easier for the rest of the map, admittedly. Just seems like we've done lots of prep. Still not looking forward to actually getting vehicles to go with the AI driving, I'm still a little bit concerned. Some of our bridges and stuff aren't going to be good enough for that, but we shall see. Okay, back to the crane. Let's get this base open, shall we? That worked quite nicely, that bridge. Perfect. We'll leave the scout vehicle where it is. I'm not too fussed about that in a minute. We do want to go and get that Lynx today if we can as well. Now there was a shortcut into this base. Don't know if we've already gone past it though. Oh no, it's here. Should have the umps to get in. There we go. Right, what do we need to clear is the question. And where are we putting it? Obviously there's a big space to our right hand side here. Okay, just want to get rid of everything that's rubbish. There's quite a lot of rubbish, is where we put it. I'm guessing in these bits to the right. Because they're not, then it's not in the way. That doesn't mean it won't be in the way once the base is built though, that's the thing. That's my only concern. Wherever we put these, I want to find them in the way later. Hopefully that's not the case. Come on, on we come. Almost done. We could have, to be fair, the amount of time we spent making bridges and making the roads usable and stuff, probably could have spent that time winching stuff out using the scout vehicle, to be fair. But this is definitely quicker than using the scout. I think it is anyway. What I'm thinking is these to that. Okay, what's left of this car? As long as it's not in the inside the yellow, it means we've done what we needed to do. Yeah, I suppose we could have just towed all this stuff out, to be fair. But at least everything else now we've done is going to help us going forward. Okay, it's all these little bits that annoy me because I've got to pick them up one at a time. hoping when this gets back, I won't just build on top of that stuff. We end up burying it underneath. Four of these to go, then we move close to the vehicles that are over there. Okay. 2 to go, no, 3 to go still. I do think we made the right decision to bring the crane across rather than to try to use the scout to winch everything. Okay, last two tyres, and then we're across the other side where the vehicles are. Come on. Nice little pile of rubbish. I think there's 3 vehicles and there's a barrel as well. I think that's it. And then this is done. Right, I'm going to figure out where to put these cars as well. There is that corner there, isn't there? Maybe, potentially there. Or on the roof, maybe. I don't know. Our anchor's up. Yeah. I'm thinking we try and just put them in this corner down here. As much as we can. Well, I reckon we probably could stick them on the roof as well if we can. But let's see if we can put them over here. First and foremost. Which reach do we have? Is that enough to be out? That is. That's one out. May need to move over to the final 2. Right. I'm getting stuck, haven't I? It's only stuck because of the anchors. There we go, anchors back down. It's got to make. We just got to make sure it is actually out enough that it counts. So like that will count. Right, what I think I'd do is anchors. I think there's 2 more bits just there to do. So what we'll do is drive over this side and just put them in this gap here. I was saying that, there must be a bit of concrete there. Well, there's like a concrete slab that we could potentially use at some point. So if this turns into a base, we may want to store that concrete slab that's there. If it stays there, that is. let's get rid of this barrel. And then it's one vehicle. Right, is that done? One vehicle to go. Alright, pick it up. We've actually got something on. There we go. There we go. Go on this stuff underneath the roof there. Be high enough? I think we are. There we go. Base is complete. Didn't even really need to bother the last one. There we go.
The dam has suffered some breaches, so we need to go check it out. Also, Sandwing is suffering a blackout, either because of the earthquake or flooding, or maybe both. Can you take a look at the local power line and see if there's any damage? We also need you to bring a backup generator from the machine yard to the municipal transformer station. That should give them some power until the grid is completely restored. And if that isn't enough work for us, the pipes near Sandwing have burst, making the roads impassable. We need to replace the burst pipes with new ones, which you can get from the machine yard.
There we go. That's everything we need to do. One thing I just want to double check is that, to me, it looks like a slab. It is a concrete slab. We might as well put it in storage while we're here. There we go, we got a slab in storage. There's just one we didn't have to build ourselves, essentially, isn't it? I'll just have a quick look so I don't see any more. Right, let's just park this here for a second and to see. So this is now a new open base. We can now use this. As you can see, all the rubbish we chucked in there can still be grabbed if we need it for recycling. Pumping station here. So that is, let's have a look at objectives. Locate the Lynx is our main thing. We need to go and do it first. Then we need to reach the dam. It's all the way over there. Which we could probably use the Lynx for, to be fair. Figure out the reason for the blackout over here. And that means reach location, deliver object, deliver object. And then repair damage from the piping system failure. So we're going to reach the location of the machine yard, replace 2 pipes along this section somewhere. And I think that mission's also going to build a road as well. Yeah, build a road along here as well. So there's a bit to do there, but in the order we got the missions, we're going to go and find this Lynx first. All we know is we need to get to there. So we have this base here, and there was a road going this way. I don't know if we can get across that river that way, but let's pick a different scout vehicle and head out. Let's use the rescue vehicle. This one is pretty good. We do like using it previously. It's done really well. Let's hope it does as well on this map. There's lots of the metal and stuff we can recycle if we need to as well. Something to look at in the future. But Lynx is next. So instead of going left like we normally do here, we're going to head to the right. And see where we can find. This will also open the map up a little bit for us as well. Obviously this hasn't got tracks, so this may find it a bit more difficult. That's our other scouts, we shall see. That looks like it is doable that way. What have we got there? It just looks like a lumberyard, doesn't it? Let's have a quick look. This one opens up on the map as well. But yeah, this looks like a lumberyard, to be fair. Some tyre to sell, a couple of barrels. There we go. Right, we want to be heading down here then. Does look like there is a shallow point for us to cross. Trying to avoid those. Well, this is muddy. Trying to avoid the stumps, to be fair. The Lynx is meant to be over there somewhere. So we will try and cross here. It does look doable. Where all the branches are. All we really know about the Lynx is a scout vehicle. It's kind of all we know. Well, I haven't plugged in the engine yet, so that's a bonus. Well, I'm not sure about next. Oh, it looks a bit shallow there. We're definitely not getting up there, are we? I don't know if we should have gone left. It's going to get deeper there, actually. If we head left, we can get on land there. As long as we don't get stuck in the water, that is. I think we can go across where them branches are and go on land that way. Last thing we want to do is flood the engine, so we're going to be a bit careful. I think this is doable. There we go, up and over. Go. We have used this vehicle a lot and I've always enjoyed using it. It's always been really good to us, to be fair. Right, this has a pathway going to the left there. We want to be going over there. I don't know if that's crossable there, although we want to go further up really, don't we? So actually going straight across here may be the way forward. What have we got? We've 25 minutes left. We've done one main mission, I think, and this is number 2. You can actually see, if you look at the floor, you can actually see where you can drive and where you can't. How deep it is. There we go. Oh, hang on. That looks really deep there. Can we not get across there? It is extremely deep by the looks of it, though. No, we can do it. We can do it. I was a little bit worried then, thinking it was just too much, but actually, we're okay. I don't know if the Malamute would have been better, because that probably sits higher up the Malamute off the water. Okay. Still need to get across somewhere over there according to this though. Unless this, we can't really see it yet. I don't think it goes round though, surely. I don't really know how we're going to get across, to be fair, unless there is just a bit we're going to find randomly that is going to allow us to get across. Glad there's no damage sometimes.
I have an optional task for you. And
Oh,
it's
really?
an unusual one. They want you to find the missing parts of a rocket booster.
That would be what we just found
Missing
accidentally.
as in lost after the launch. Otherwise, they just print pictures on a milk carton or something. As it is, though, the parts could be literally anywhere in this area.
Yeah, I think that's one of the parts there. Yeah, so that's one of the parts found. We don't actually have to do anything with them, we just need to find them. Right, Lynx. How are we getting to you? So the Lynx is here. And I've yet to find a way across. Ah, I wonder if we're meant to have gone across here, maybe. Oh no, it's here. Look, there's an actual wet bit here, isn't there? What is this mission here? This is reach the dam. Well, as we're here, I think we may as well reach the dam. We're already halfway there. I know we're aiming for the Lynx. But let's go for the dam as we're nearly there now in this. We've found one of the rocket parts. We'll find the rest as we go, I'm sure. We'll get across to the dam as we're already here, and then we'll go back for the Lynx in a second. We'll use the Malamute as it's nearby. Oh no! It's actually a tree stump there that caught us out. I need to winch to a different tree and pull. There we go. It was a tree stump. Didn't see it until the last minute, and that just caught us out there. Right, we are assuming we can get to the dam this way. There's no guarantee we can. Although to the right it looks shallow. Sometimes you can look down into the water and you can actually see where it is shallow. So we should be able to get across to there. Obviously you're meant to go this way because we had to find that bit of rocket. So we are meant to be going this kind of route. Although, don't flood my engine. There we go. Use the winch. A bit of a snow runner move there, using the winch. Okay, the dam is here. We've made it. We have reached the dam. It's not looking in good shape, the dam.
It looks like there's a problem with the dam's water gate. We can't lift it because there's debris in the way. And even if there was no debris, there's still no power. But we can clear out the debris and bring over the backup generator. Also, you don't have to do this, but it would make it easier for all of us if you flexed your muscle around here a bit. All you need to do is fill the sand pit and repair the road sections. Then plan a route for our convoy from the tunnel exit base to the dam area.
That wants a lot of stuff done, doesn't it? I wonder as well if I can now come down here and find the Lynx from up here, to be fair. So, new missions we've achieved for this. Clear out the debris near the water gate. So there's a load of debris there to clear out. That's easily done. Generator needs delivering from there, from the machine yard all the way up. That may involve more bridges by the looks of things. And then what else have we now got? A new side mission. Prepare the area near the dam. So we need to build a road there. Oh, that's a road we were thinking of building anyway. Was it not? No, that's a different road. I'm sure there was a road we were considering building. That one there. No, we were using this route, weren't we? That now wants us to build a road here, though. Okay, so there's a few roads to build, by the looks of things. And obviously we still need to find more parts of this machine rocket thing. Found one so far. They're just going to be in random places, I would guess. But we try and do everything 100%, so we will try and complete it. But what do we got? That's a sand pit there. There's something down there. What is that? I want to see what that is. Whoa! Don't go down there. There's some sort of contraption by the looks of it. Okay. Right, we're looking for the Lynx, and I think we may be able to get there easier now because we can go across this way. We are going to use the Malamute, but actually it makes more sense if we're going this way. And plus it opens up this side of the map as well. That also needs something clearing, doesn't it? Let's have a quick look what's here. Something is blocking the water gate, so this needs clearing. Oh, I can't actually see what's there. I also don't want to go down there either. I don't want to go down there, I just want to try and see what it is. Don't be silly. Oh, it is just that debris. So all that debris there just needs clearing out. Okay. Nice and simple job it would seem. We've got so many jobs on the go, but that's always going to happen this early on. Try to do them in order where we can. But the Lynx is something. The one I'm a little bit concerned about is trying to find all the rocket pieces, because they're just bits of metal. I suppose they might show up if we have it like that. You may see bits of yellow maybe, because that rocket bit we did find was flashing yellow at us once we'd found it, that one there. So maybe they'll go yellow, and that'll be where they are. Something to think about at least. Right, Lynx, we're still trying to get to it. I think we're okay going this way. We don't know where this is going to go, but it's opening up the map. That's the other thing it's doing. I'm hoping it kind of leads round. Wow, okay, that's a bit of water. Well, that way's kind of hit a big bit of water there. We're trying to get to here, essentially, for the Lynx. This would be an old roadway. Might be able to cut across the trees here on the right. Although there was a route to the right down there, wasn't there? We do put these scout vehicles through their paces. Well, that's a bit of a drop. So that road does continue on there once you get through the water. And then there is a load of debris here as well. Should be able to get down though. And probably follow this round a little bit. Stay away from the rocks, we should be okay. We're getting closer to the Lynx though. And plus, like I say, we're opening up the map as well. They're all rocks. There's no metal though. I can't see anything from the rocket. We'll just check the map to see. But there's nothing yellow that I can see. That's potentially rocket, but I don't know if it will show up yellow until maybe we've driven over it. That's the thing. More water here. We can skirt round, and the Lynx should be round here somewhere. We're here. Extended air intake, larger than life tyres, and drivetrain that will get you through the worst days. Oh wow, so this can traverse water a lot easier than most vehicles because of its exhaust being higher. That is our brand new vehicle. That is the Lynx. Look at that thing. It's only a rusty one as well. But that is our brand new vehicle. Okay. It does say it's only rusty. We'll have to look how much another one will cost us, to be fair. But yeah, that's going to be pretty good in water, isn't it? Let's give it a quick test. We're here anyway. I don't know if you can drown it. I'm assuming you should be able to at some point. Although, saying that exhaust is so high up, you probably can't drown it. Well, not easily anyway. So that is a good vehicle to be using for traversing water, that waterlogged areas. And then big tyres. Look at the size of them tyres. And this is only the rusty version. We could upgrade it to the main version, to be fair. Look at that though. At least we found it. At least that's job done. But that's cool. I'm sure we'll be using the Lynx a lot more going forward. Let me see.
Good grief. This is going
What
to
now?
sound a little crazy, because it is. This local fisherman is asking for a, let's say, sizable amount of wooden logs. He wants to build his own dam downriver to protect his fishing nets. But hey, if the man wants to pretend to be a beaver, who am I to deny him?
Pretend to be a beaver.
Anywho, if you want to, having him owe us a favor can't hurt.
Is that a new side mission then? It is. Bring logs for the construction of a private dam. We've got to deliver logs over there. 20 logs. And the old pump station will be restored. 20. Wow. Well, there's plenty of trees here, to be fair. So 20 logs won't be difficult once we can get a vehicle over. The biggest issue we're going to have is getting vehicles to places where, like there. Unless there's a connection point somewhere. All we're doing is driving this to test this out, to be fair. And open up the map this way. But that's a new mission then we've unlocked. But yeah, this Lynx is pretty good. We must be around the bottom of the map now, I think. $20 logs. It sounds quite a lot, but actually, I don't think it is. Not once you start being close to him doing it. Is that a toilet up there? Why does that look like a toilet to me? So on the map, we're now here. This is a crossing point we missed earlier, to be fair. I'm considering whether we can build a bridge elsewhere. What's that? That's either a tyre or that's part of the rocket we need to find. Not sure. Yeah, I don't know whether we can get across these areas. Maybe worth building a bridge from here to here. I'm not sure. That's. I wonder what that is to our right. That's weird up there. Let's quickly come a quick look. I don't think we can drive on it though, to be fair, but that is weird. Whatever it is. We're not driving up it. That is a toilet though. I do not know what that is, but other than the fact it's a toilet. That is just weird. So there's our base over there. Yeah, whether it's worth building the bridge, I don't know. Obviously, we're going to need to get the tree cut down over here to get logs at some point. Anyway. Right, where's our next port of call? Figure out the reason for the blackout is there. And then we've got to deliver objects as well. We have got a scout vehicle here. We've got, what have we got? We've got 5 minutes or so left. So, let's send our scout over there. See if we can find out what is going on. And then we've got 2 things to deliver as well. Right. Back up over the bridge. We've got to figure out the reason for the blackout, and the only way to do that is to get there, and then we've got 2 things to deliver. But yeah, finding the parts of the rocket's going to be interesting. I think that new scout vehicle may be handy for that, to be fair. Because then waterlogged areas it should be good at. And then I suppose we're going to use the mule for the first time on this map to try and deliver these items. The mule's always been our go-to, to be fair. Well, where are we heading here? We need to be trying to get left here, really. Which should be up this way. Yeah, we need to be heading left. As it's further up there. Tree stumps everywhere as well, which aren't helpful. We can traverse through these trees and get back on that main road. There we go. What is that? Oh, there's a plane on top of it. Okay. It's different. Right, we need to head to the right here. Oh, this thing does skid around, that's the thing. Especially when you get some speed going. Right, we've got about 5 minutes left, so we'll see if we can get the reason for the blackout location done. I'm not sure I want to be going up though. I suppose we get to here, then come down. There's a big drop down there, isn't it, is what I'm thinking. And then we've got 2 things to deliver. At least we've opened up the map at least, and we can see where they're going. Right, was this way showing on the map? It was. Right, we're going to head to the transformer then. We've got to deliver an item there in due course. I'm hoping we can get down to where Is that area we're looking for now right, really? Right, that's where we're delivering an item. But that's not where we need to go. Don't go sideways. This thing does like to skid around a lot. Okay, we're 80 meters away. Oh, it's just over there, in fact. That's why tracks are so good. We can get across most terrain. We made it. What was the reason? Oh, because that's gone down. That's the reason. So the reason they lost power, which is the whole point you've got to get here for, is the actual power. What do you call them? Power lines went down. The whole thing went down. That's why there was a blackout then. I'm assuming in due course we'll end up fixing that. Right, so we've got to deliver 2 items for the rest of this mission. We haven't got time to do it now. From the machine yard, and the second one, both from the machine yard then. They may... How big are they? Can't really see how big they are. But that's the mule kind of job, I would say. We're about to run out of time, to be honest. But yeah, that's something we'll have to look at in Thursday morning stream. But that is Deluge started. It's taken us a little while. We had to really sort out this first starting area so we can actually get across. We've made more bridges today than we've ever made. But we have a lot of movement now. We can now get to places we couldn't get to before. Mission-wise, we've got quite a bit to do. We've got 2 things to deliver, which will be the first thing to do. Pipes to repair and a couple of roads to build. Debris to clear out. A generator to deliver. And then on top of that, we have 3 more parts of a rocket booster to find. 2 roads near the dam to sort out. And 20 logs needed for a private dam over here. To be fair, that's not too bad if we can get our log cutter over there. But I think we've made good progress. Dave, good morning. How are you? You'll just join us just as we finish, Dave. But yeah, good progress. We've only done a couple of missions, but we've set ourselves up, I believe, in a good way, ready for doing the rest of Deluge on Thursday. But it is definitely a map that's going to test us. Yeah, no worries, Dave. We're literally just finishing, I'm afraid. So we're 7% started. We've done 3 of the 28 main objectives, 0 of the 10 side, and 0 of the 12 infrastructure. And if you look at the map, actually, we haven't explored any of the north of the map at all. So that's going to be coming in due course. We'll have to look around up there. There's still lots to do, which was always expected, to be fair. But at least we've began Deluge. 73 hours in so far, according to that there as well. It changed because you mentioned left. Oh, wow. But that is us done for today. A massive thank you to you guys for joining us. We are back tomorrow with Death Stranding 2 on the beats. That continues tomorrow. RoadCraft is back Thursday morning, 8:30 a.m. GMT start time for all our streams this week. But yeah, Death Stranding tomorrow, RoadCraft Thursday. And that's how the week is going so far. But a massive thank you to you guys. You guys have been incredible. Thank you for the likes, the comments, the views, and the conversation. Dave, apologies for having to go straight away, but we are out of time. And we will be back later on this week. If I haven't already, thank you for the likes, the comments, the views, and the conversation. We're back tomorrow with more Death Stranding, RoadCraft Thursday. Until then, enjoy the rest of your day. And we'll see you in a live stream very soon. Thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.